Miriam Defensor Santiago, Mr. President.
The lady senator from Iloilo, Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago.
Thank you. May I pose these questions to the lead prosecutor, please?
Proceed.
Mr. Prosecutor, is the witness on the witness stand your witness for the prosecution? The person who is testifying that the attachments, meaning to say what appear to be fax or Xerox copies of the application form of the defendant for his bank accounts, are these the documents that you refer to in your supplemental petition?
That's the document that we refer to, that's Annex A, but we did not mark it as our evidence, Your Honor.
Oh, on that point, may I please just enter into the record the rule. The rule is that evidence must be offered at the time that that the testimony of the witness has reached that point. We don't have to wait for a formal offer in writing of the evidence of the prosecution or of the defense. The offer of evidence is always at the time when the document is fiscally presented to the court. That is just a parenthetical view. Now, I would like to know this. That witness is your witness, isn't that so? And your witness appears to have turned into a hostile witness because your asseveration or your argument is, in the prosecution panel, your argument is that your attachments to the supplemental petition are genuine. And your witness is testifying that they are fake. That's why this afternoon we are all holding our breath so that we can compare the two copies. Isn't that so?
With respect to the witnesses, the two witnesses, namely Ms. Tiongson and Mr. Pascual,
right.
They are our witnesses insofar as to produce the documents that we have asked. But it's the documents those are the documents in possession and marked as exhibit.
Counsel, the question to you, do you want these witnesses to be considered as hostile witnesses?
At this point, no, Your Honor.
So you are not treating them as a hostile witnesses?
As of now, Your Honor, no.
All right.
All right. So if she later produces documents which tend to prove their allegations that their original copies in their bank vaults that they are now going to produce before us this afternoon are correct, and there are discrepancies, as has already been testified by these witnesses, between your attachments, which purport to be copies of the originals, and the originals that they will bring, then in effect, they will turn into hostile witnesses. Isn't that so? Because they will then controvert your own allegation.
That's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, then they will turn into hostile witnesses.
Yes.
May I warn the witness that if you do not consider these witnesses as hostile witnesses, any adverse statement made by them adverse to your position as prosecution will be binding on you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's a decision you have to make.
That's why, Your Honor, as of now, our decision is we don't consider the witnesses hostile, but we just reserve later on the prerogative of the prosecution to make the necessary action, Your Honor.
Well, I'm just trying to help you, counsel. This is sometimes allowed for a judge when the proceedings tend to be one-sided. I am just going to enter into the record the rules on evidence concerning a witness who happens to become hostile in the course of her testimony. If she becomes a hostile witness, then you file a motion with our presiding officer to consider her a hostile witness. That way, you gain the right to impeach her, or you gain the right to ask her leading questions, even on direct. But if you insist now that she is your witness and never asked that she be considered as adverse, then you cannot impeach your own witness. You will then be bound later on by the comparisons on whether the two sets of documents are fake or genuine. You'll be bound by what she says. That is my warning to you. This is just trying to be helpful to you.
Thank you very much for that.
Do you understand the the rule with respect to this kind of witness.
We do understand, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you for that,
All right.
Honorable Senator,
Just
Lady
so-
Senator from Iloilo.
Just to avoid further argumentation later on this point. Counsel, do you notice that when a person or a witness testifies on the witness stand about a record, that in effect is testifying on is testimony on hearsay, because he or she did not actually perform the entries there. She's just presenting some other person's work. So in effect, she's presenting hearsay evidence. Now, witness, let me bring you to our happy memories of the UP College of Law. What did you learn in law school about hearsay evidence? It is generally prohibited except
The exceptions
all
to
right,
the rules.
what exception are you going to cite now in favor of your witnesses, since you claim they are prosecution witnesses?
Yeah. We reserve that, we reserve to cite that later, Your Honor.
No, the answer to the question is that you lay the foundation so that even if she did not accomplish the forms herself, the evidence will be admitted, because this is an exception to the hearsay rule. So when you call the witness, I will request the majority leader that I should be called first, so that I will show you, counsel, how to lay the foundation. I read the journal yesterday, and you did not do that. If you don't lay the foundation for the authenticity of a document, which in effect constitutes hearsay, then it cannot be admitted. I will wait for you to call your witness.
Thank you so much for that from the Lady Senator from Iloilo. We appreciate that.
You should thank the lady senator from Iloilo for guiding the prosecution in the presentation of their witnesses. Your first witness?
As we mentioned, Your Honor, yesterday, the president of the PS Bank, Mr. Pascual Garcia, was commanded by the Honorable Presiding Officer to appear today at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is he here now?
We were informed that yeah, he is here, Your Honor.
All right,
Mr. President.
Bring him in and put him on the witness stand under the same oath.
Ano? Habulin ka ba? Ayaw mo na. Mr. President,
Majority Floor Leader.
we have not really an objection, but a point being raised by one of the members of the court, Senator Osmeña. May we recognize him? I believe he thinks that it should be the branch manager who should be called in first.
All right. What's the pleasure of the